What we do here is go back.
Pyramid.
Welcome to episode 6 of Away Games Podcast. We're back again. My name is Zim, and
And
this
I
is
am Sean.
exactly. So, you guys probably didn't believe that we'll make it this far, but we did. We did.
Exactly. We're still
And
out here.
how are we going to start? We're going to start off by going through um like the weekend fixtures, our predictions, and whatnot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
don't watch the hair. Um,
Because
watch
you're
the
Mr.
shirt
Clean.
to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Man just
saying?
come from
Both on the
about.
Adidas Pelias. We both got the
You
Pelias.
get me?
So I'm saying, what
Obviously, man ain't for no club because man don't support a team.
you support
Yeah,
South Ballers FC though.
I do support South Ballers and I support myself.
That's good. But I'm noticing a lot of Arsenal fans have just they don't have a team anymore. They go through that so many times every year. Every year there's a point where Arsenal fans are like, oh yeah, I support Leicester, or Leicester's a common one to go to. Because
Because
Leicester, like, no one
usually,
really hates Leicester. They don't have rivals like that, other than in the East Midlands. But there's no other East Midlands team in the
team,
Prem. So, and they play
the
nice football.
closest rival is probably maybe even Villa.
Villa or something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But no,
man,
man.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no. My time of that season has arrived this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm jumping ship, and I'm
So,
going to no team this season. It's my second time this season actually. Yeah,
second
it's
time.
been
But what's your thoughts on Arteta then? Because you've been firm for like the longest time.
no. I back my manager
Yeah.
100%. Like
Okay.
it's not the manager. It's not the manager. It's the players, man.
But you know he's
It,
had the same players as Emery, and his record is terrible. Like
no,
losing more
he's
games than you've won this season, fam.
he's had the same players as Emery. Some of the players are still there since Wenger's era. The thing is, yeah, what it is the problem with Arsenal is that the decline has been there for a minute,
Mini.
and just nobody has done anything about it. And Arteta is now at the bottom of the decline. So he's now in a situation where the team is just in the worst possible state that it's in. Aubameyang is not scoring for whatever reason. He's not scoring. He's just not scoring.
But that's
Lacazette,
under him though. That like, don't you think the manager has to take some responsibility?
of course he does. And the thing is, it's hard. It's so hard. Do you know why I can't blame Arteta? Because the decline has been there since Wenger. Since Wenger left the Champions League, not even Wenger could get us back into the Champions League. Then Emery came and we dropped even lower. Then now
Yeah.
Arteta's come and we're even lower than that. And
No,
it's
for
just like
sure. Yeah, he does need
it's
help.
been it's been such a decline. Arsenal's decline began the moment the Contes bought the club. That's when the decline began. That's when we started to let go of player after player, started to do all this stupidness.
Yeah,
Was when the
but you're not the
Contes
only
got
one in that
involved.
situation though. Like, definitely, I've like Glazers are like that. Levy's like that. In terms of like
Bro,
just being cheap
but
and not really
yeah,
backing the club.
but then the thing is, United, you're talking about a team that's currently second. So
Mm.
you have had some backing in a way because your team is progressing.
I'm not
You,
complaining, by the way, about this season. I'm
yeah,
saying that yeah, you do need support, yeah, but I'm just saying Arsenal are not the only ones in that position.
yeah,
Like
no.
even like Levy, yeah.
Mm,
Spurs fans are always saying that like he's so cheap. Like under
mm,
Poch, he was asking for better players and more players for the longest time
mm,
until like they were in a little bit of a crisis in his
yeah,
last season, and then he got rid of him. And then now he's like obviously gone with Jose, who he's wanted for the longest time, and then
mm,
like I guess he's backed Jose a little bit, but he's done it in a way where it's still cheap. It's like getting the
yeah.
likes of Bale and stuff like that.
He's on loan. Yeah,
Glazers, like you bring in Cavani and stuff like that. Like you, for the longest, has said that it's a poor signing because it wasn't planned. The only thing I will agree with you is that it wasn't planned. Like nothing with the Glazers has been a plan. Do you know what I'm saying? Or
mm,
that's how it comes across. So
yeah.
at some point, yeah, I know, the board have to back you, but then the manager has to be of a certain
Exactly.
caliber, and it's like it doesn't seem like Arteta's, doing
No,
what he
Arteta
should be
does get
doing.
the blame because one of the places where he does get the blame is Willian. I will forever put Willian on his back because it was Willian. It was his signing. Willian has not performed. No matter how many people say, "Oh, Willian was free," he's still taking 200k a week from Arsenal salaries. That's
Yeah.
a lot of salaries to be taken on, man. We've gone for 3 years. Do you know how much that is times 52?
But
Times
the,
that by
the the
three.
only thing my thing with these salaries is that who would you have instead of that? Like
We
I
could have
don't
got
think
three different players, three different youth players.
youth players, but what are they doing?
I'd rather have, at the moment, Arsenal's experienced players are doing nothing. It seems like our youth is the only place is where we can trust it. Saka, Smith Rowe are the only ones that are performing. Gabriel seems like he's performing. Like even like players like Rob Holding, I would say for me right now are the players that are performing.
Mm.
I would say our back line and our defense is probably the only unit that I don't have a problem with, apart from probably Hector Bellerin. The man can't even take a throw in as a professional footballer.
The thing that the throne rule is so dumb. That's you see how Arsene Wenger, like, he's a whole strategist when it comes to football
Mm,
rules and stuff like that. But
mm,
the throwing, like, I feel like foul throws are so stupid. There's some times where it's a foul throw, but the
mm.
thrower never got any benefit. Like, that's a
Yeah,
whole nother like debate. But yeah, he's been a fullback his whole career, so
yeah,
he should be getting it right at this point. But
yeah.
still, I just think it's a bit
No,
harsh.
he's
But
not. He's not good.
when it comes to youth, though, you can't have your whole team full of youth because there's going to be some inconsistency, a lot of
Definitely,
inconsistency. So
definitely. But then the thing is with Arsenal is that they're not. But how can Emery want Zaha and they go bring him Pepe? You're not paying
mm,
attention to the manager. You're just choosing whatever you want. And the thing is,
with
even
Ivorian, isn't it?
Arteta's come through now, and he's completely changed the way Arsenal structure is. Because before that, there was Raul Sinelli, there was a hella like it was like 16 man to make a transfer at Arsenal,
Mm,
and every man was taking one cut, one cut.
mm.
Arteta's narrowed it down just to Edu. Like,
Yeah,
how could it have taken an inexperienced manager to come in and be like, this is how it should be done? And this is why, for me, I back Arteta because it's the fact of he's come in and he just cleaned out.
yeah.
He's cleaned out
He's
so
cleaned up,
many
but it's
unnecessary.
with him, you just don't know what you're going to get. Like, because
Exactly.
he hasn't had enough time to prove things, but
Yeah.
at the same time, he's had enough time to not be this bad. Like, it's really
Yeah.
that's the catch. But
Yeah. And
this isn't
and
a Arsenal crisis show anyway.
yeah. No,
But
Arsenal.
we could go down that
Yeah.
for like
But
forever.
to just talk about the game against City, yeah. I think I said it in the away games page. Man City didn't even reach second gear to me. They just scored that early goal and just said, "Yeah, do you know what, Arsenal, conserve the energy. We've got Champions League midweek," and they left it at that. And Arsenal, I think, kind of said the same thing as well. They were like, "Oh, we've got Benfica midweek. We're 10th in the league. What are we going for in this game?" And that's poor from Arsenal. Poor because Man City are talking about sitting back when they're winning.
Mm.
Arsenal talking about sitting back when they're losing.
But
Arsenal
they
didn't
weren't
even
even
try.
really sitting back though. That's the thing. Arsenal's defense was good. I know it's not
That's what I'm
great
saying.
to say because
Oh,
obviously you wanted to go for a goal when you're
yeah.
down, but they couldn't break you down.
But exactly. But the thing is when you're getting to that position where your defense is slightly stronger,
Mm.
do you know what? Bunny, if we lose that game 3-0 and Arsenal were trying, do you know what? Zim, I'd be sitting there saying, do you know what? We gave it our best shot. It just
Mm.
didn't work out. It's Man City. But they didn't even try. Aubameyang I don't even know if he was on the pitch. I saw his name on the starting 11, but I don't know if he was on the pitch.
It's one of them,
I
man.
ain't seen him. And the thing is, I said it as well. It's like Aubameyang, I can allow him because of what he's done for us in previous season.
Yeah,
But it's not. It's mad.
you can't live with that forever, innit?
No, you can't because we're talking about right now in this season. He's been poor. He's been poor. I think our most consistent player is Lacazette, and I don't know why he's on the bench. And that's where I also blame Arteta because the players that become consistent will start picking up form. He benches. Pepe started picking up form, scored 2 goals in 2 games, bench. And it's like, why are
It's
we
like that.
benching the players
What was
that
your
are
prediction?
3-0?
Okay.
Then I
Well,
changed it to 3-1 when I saw the team sheet.
but then after the first goal, you changed it to like 7.
7-0.
7.
Bro. when Raheem Sterling's winning headers in your box, then it's
Yeah, you
over. It's
know,
game
yeah,
over.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, Raheem
that's
Sterling should not
shameful.
be scoring headers.
5 foot
That's not his
7 and a
forte.
bit. Mad, mad, mad,
That's
mad.
not his forte.
Yeah, but what was your Man United prediction?
Man United win.
Well, what score do you remember off the top of your head?
I think I went 3. Who did you guys play? Newcastle, innit?
Yeah,
I think I went 3-0.
yeah. I said 3-0 as well, but I said 3-1 after I found out that Lindelof was gonna start with Maguire. So it just meant that we were gonna concede. Like that was a given. Like,
Yeah.
and then we did, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but we scored the same amount of goals. So in my head, I'm counting that as a correct prediction. Also, the way that Man United have been carrying on, it's just been like just steady. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm content. I'm content because we're in a position where we're not really challenging for the title, and we don't want to be dragged into a top 4 race. But all the a lot of the teams below us are just dropping points. So it's like it's not even like we're playing exceptional, but we're doing better than everyone, a lot of the teams below us. Like Leicester are the ones that
Great.
are being consistent, and a lot of people are saying that they think they're going to drop off, but I, I don't know that they'll do that 2 seasons in a row. They
Yeah, I
have
don't think so either.
injuries currently, and they're producing results still.
Yeah, no.
So I can't say when it comes to like 5-10 games. Oh well, no. 5-8 games to go that they're gonna drop off like they did last season. I don't think that will be the case. So they'll be one to watch. And Brendan Rodgers, I think, is a top manager as well, because he's done it for too long to be like a flash in the pan type of manager. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he did that at Celtic, but people are like, okay, that's the Scottish Premier League. Celtic are expected to win, especially when Rangers were just coming back from administration.
Yeah.
And but yeah, obviously you came close with Liverpool. Then after that was so. Anyway, I think Leicester. When we talk about a top 6, and I know this has been touched on before, Leicester should definitely be there. And I think you know how people say Bruno doesn't score in traditional top 6 games and stuff. Obviously, he scored against Liverpool, but it's like that's why I said initially in that first episode that the parameters are arbitrary. Like the fact that Leicester are consistently there now, but when he scores against them, they're not a top 6, but they're doing better than half of the top 6. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm content with my team.
Yeah, no. I
So,
can't imagine. I can't imagine what it feels like to be second. So yeah, no, I can understand that.
yeah, it gets like that. It gets like that still.
Yeah, especially because like beginning of this season, what I was bantering you about your manager, just saying that Ollie's there for just vibes.
That was funny.
I don't even know what Arteta's just here for a fiesta. To be honest with you,
That's mad. That's mad. To be honest, what I'm looking for from Ollie is just progress from last season, and I saw that towards the early part of the season. Obviously, not the first 2 games, but we just come back from Europa. Like we were in Europe quite late, so it wasn't that much of a shock at the beginning of the season. But yeah, like as long as I saw progress, the only thing that I'm a bit concerned about is like when Pogba goes in the summer, like there isn't a direct replacement for him. But the thing is, we can still get results, but there are some games that he can win for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's less points. If we take 38 games this season and then 38 games next season, there might be like 4, 5, 6, whatever, that him not being there, the result would be different. So but anyway, yeah, it's still a long season to go. What about the rest of the games this weekend? Any surprises?
Yeah, no. While we're on that, like Leicester, really, really top performance again. I think you're right, consistent. I think they've got the right manager, the right players, and they've got injuries, so they've got quite a few players to come back.
Yeah.
Funny enough, off the top of my head, I can't even think about who they've got to come back, but They have got players to come back. They have got some strong team. They have
Justin
got a strong team.
Fofana, and
Yeah.
and then yeah, it's true. I think because they're not traditional top six, their injuries are not highlighted as much.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, no,
Because
but they
it's like
definitely.
when Kevin De Bruyne went missing from Man City, it was like, oh my
Mm,
gosh, like what's gonna happen here
yeah,
without him? Like
yeah.
with Leicester, it's like they've
Unless
lost
it's
some players.
Vardy, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you know,
Or Vardy or Madison,
Madison or
then
something.
it doesn't really matter. And it's literally just a case of yeah, they played really well. Would the game have been different with Grealish? I don't know. But I think Grealish should have definitely offered something different to the game if he had played. Um,
Yeah, big up
but
them
no,
Midland teams though. I like them. Like Villa are another one
yeah,
who I can see some people saying, "Oh, I support them if their team's not doing well." And funny
for
at
real.
work, like during our team meetings, there's two Man United fans, and the team leader is
Hmm.
a Leicester fan, and
Oh,
there's
really?
another guy because I work with the Midlands team, like the Birmingham team, and there's
Hmm.
another Villa fan. So it's
Yeah,
actually like the ones that we're talking about that they actually support and they're doing well.
yeah.
But I've never seen such a a cocky Leicester fan in my life. Like he's so
No.
funny though, I'll give him that. But they're the team that people like, innit? Because they're not that loud,
Hmm.
but he's the
Exactly.
epitome of like in your face. And it's just funny because you can't really say anything bad about Leicester because they're not expected to win. So he's
Mm.
like, okay. They don't,
Exactly. Exactly.
but he'll talk the
It's true.
talk as well. It's just yeah.
Exactly. No,
But
I think the surprise result is Southampton versus Chelsea.
yeah, you thought the Chelsea was gonna
Southampton
win for very
Southampton
likely.
6 or 7 losses in a row. Just lost form in the Premier League to draw 1-1 with Chelsea and to be the first goal that they've conceded actually as well since Tuchel joined.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know that stat. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm lying. The shock of the round was Everton versus
Yeah,
Liverpool.
Liverpool. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that's what you're
That
gonna
was
move on
the
to.
that
Are
was
you-
actually the shock.
Wait.
Sorry.
So you just don't rate Liverpool like that? That you just thought, yeah, their home record in the last 4 matches has been a shambles. It's been
Do you know
woeful.
what it is? It's
And
like we
Everton's
said
away record has been really good. So
like we said towards the end of last season when me and you had our chats. I haven't rated this Liverpool team since the
yeah,
end of
yeah,
last season.
yeah. You've been
So
saying that.
therefore, now that they're beginning to fall off, I even predicted that Everton win in this
Oh,
game
did
because I
you?
just didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just didn't see
Uh,
based on
I don't
form
know.
and which team is performing is Everton. Everton were performing, and even though it was like they hadn't won at Anfield since '99,
Mm,
this was genuinely speaking. Looking at that Everton team,
best
I
chance.
didn't see them going into the game shook.
Yeah.
This was their best chance to. They're so much. They're playing so much better than Liverpool at the moment. They're on form. They have a chance in the Champions League or Europe. They've got European football next year. Basically, they're carrying the same way that they are. I didn't see them dropping points in this game. I didn't see them coming here to just sit back and worry about and be scared of Salah and all them. Man, I
Mm,
knew they were. I felt like they were going to come there just to attack because
100%.
it meant something, and you could tell it meant something.
Yeah. So what's the table saying then?
The table, the
Like,
table. So the
and
table,
are we actually going to be able to insert it?
we will.
Did we
We will.
insert it in the last one?
We probably did. We probably did.
No, we got you. Yeah,
Uh,
we got you covered. Don't worry.
so
Don't forget to
Everton
like,
point
comment, and
seventh.
subscribe. Anyway, yeah,
Like,
go.
comment, subscribe, and all that. Everton are 7th at the moment with a game in hand against Liverpool
Yeah,
on 40 points. They're both on 40 points.
both. Okay, and then who's fifth? Chelsea, yeah. So
Chelsea
and
42.
West Ham are fourth.
West Ham are fourth.
What are they on? How many points?
45.
Big up Jay Lings, man. Because they were on a
Big up
good
Chelsea.
trajectory anyway, but
Yeah.
obviously they bring in my boy, and he's just dancing on all of these stadiums, like making them their
It's
dance floor.
nothing. Exactly.
Yeah,
He has done. So I think he's enjoying this football. I
yeah,
think,
exactly. I'm
do
happy
you
for
know
him.
what? Sometimes for certain players, not having that pressure pays off.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And I think Jesse Lingard might strive in a place like West Ham where
Oh,
there's no pressure.
definitely. Even like an Everton, like these are
Yeah.
the type of clubs where he would stand out. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
I just wanted, I want to see how he, does for the rest of the season, because I don't think West Ham have qualified. They've never ever. I don't know if they've ever qualified for the Champions League. I don't know the last time they ever
Mhm.
qualified for Europe.
Mhm.
So it'll be history making if he's able
Yeah,
to lead them to that. So that'll be sick.
exactly.
Yeah,
No, I
man.
agree with you. I agree with you.
100%, man. What about the result today?
Oh, man, like Ben Checkers in the last kick of the
It's
game.
crazy. When was the last time he scored?
In it. Surprising for me because I genuinely thought Brighton might win that game. They're the more informed team out of them in Palace.
Yeah, I don't think those sorts of matches come as a surprise to me generally though. Like unless it's a Sheffield United where they're having a stinker, and I don't know why I had
Yeah,
faith in them this weekend. I was just
so
I was
did I.
trying to go rogue. You know what I was doing? I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, Fulham,
yeah,
but
no,
yeah, like for like a Palace and Brighton could go either way. Like genuinely,
it
like
could.
I
The
definitely
6 points
think
go to them.
Palace
Yeah,
have more star players like that can make a difference, and obviously not having Zaha, their record is shocking when they don't have him, but when they do, or like having Eze as well, like they have more players that stand out, but still, yeah, I just wouldn't be surprised
just to,
if they
just
lost if they
to
had lost.
just to let you know the pain of Arsenal, right? Chelsea are on 43 points.
Mm,
Arsenal are 9 points away from Chelsea. We are 8 points away from Brighton, who are 16th.
mm. That's not good reading, is it? That's not
Bro,
good reading. That's
Ars-
not good reading, no.
Arsenal lose 2 games and Brighton win 2 games, bro. We're in a relegation battle again.
Oh, oh, say what, say what, say what. You know how I like you. Hey, that's peak, bro. It's peak.
Bro, I'm not ready for
I'd hate to be in
that.
that position.
I don't even want to have that
Sucks to be you.
conversation.
It sucks to be
Wait,
you.
wait, actually imagine if Arsenal got relegated.
Bruv, you've never flipping been relegated. That's why you've got that. That's what you've got on your record. The only
Yeah.
English club to never have been relegated. So
No, there's somebody else.
no.
There's not.
Think about it, yeah. Who else could have never been relegated?
Man United,
But we
Liverpool.
have okay, yeah. So, yeah, but we have. So so what I mean to say that by that is more like okay, there's a select few teams who've always been in the Premier League, right, and that are a certain standard. But if you know that every team in the Premier League currently has been relegated at some point, apart from Arsenal, then maybe you'll go for like a I don't know, Notts County or something like that. But then you know that
They're
then
not
the
in the
fact that
league.
they're not in the Prem, that means they've been relegated at some point. So yeah, bro, it's only Arsenal. It's only Arsenal. It's a mad
In
record,
my
isn't it?
lifetime, if I see this club get relegated, I think that would just take me over the edge. I think that's me. It's me. I'm taking out. I'm handing in my resignation from life. I'm
That's
going.
mad.
Guy to
Nah,
eat my maker.
I think that will unify your fans, though. I think it will be like
Relegation.
it'll be a big, big thing.
Relegation.
So do you know what
Unite.
happened with United in the 70s? So United obviously had a big fan base. Like after the Munich air disaster as well, like
Yeah.
there was a lot of sympathy for United around the whole country. And then I think like we obviously came back and won the Champions League in 1968. And then after
Mm-hmm.
that, struggled. I think it was City
Mm.
who knocked us, who got us relegated like in 70 something, early 70s. And it was
Mm.
like that unity of it being such a big club. And we're like, no, we're not having it. Every away game in the whole country, the United Red Army just showed up in force. So imagine Thornton Heath, say Palace,
Mm.
Thornton Heath train station before match game, Crystal Palace United. You're
Mm.
thinking Palace are home. Come out of Thornton Heath station, Selhurst station, bare red shirts, like in the old school attire that people used to wear. Like you have
Hmm.
like grunges, punk, like all of these different British cultures, like hooliganism that started with United, and that was because we were relegated, and it was like, no, we're not having this. Like we are big, like
Hmm.
we're not having this. So if Arsenal were to do something like that, and obviously the modern game's changed and like it's a bit more strict. So I don't see people running riot in different towns because the police are onto you. But back then, that really United's Man United, like so, yeah,
Fair enough. On to extra time.
yeah.
That's a nice little bridge over. This is my bridge. And this is us tiptoeing over to extra time now.
That's a stiff bridge, bro. But
It's a stiff bridge.
we're
It's
gonna have to
sturdy.
make it work. Yeah. So extra time. My question for extra time, I had to,
Hmm.
was the role of the number 10 in the modern game.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
the reason why I asked it is because um, I was thinking about the teams that play with like a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-3-3. So that both of my points kind of lead into one. And I think about Man City and their 4-3-3 is basically two number eights, very high up. But the thing about and one sitter. But the thing about Man City is their possession, their ability to keep possession is like second to none. It's immense, right? And so
Crazy.
it's crazy, right? So they can be so high up the pitch that the middle of like their formation, you see like the two players above like the sitting midfielder
Mm.
are basically playing a number 10 role. So
Mm.
they're two number 10s essentially when they're
Mm.
in the attack transition, and when they're defending it's like two number 8s. But when I think about the magical number 10 that we've grown up to, watch, like Zidane, you've got Ronaldinho, you've had Romario, you've had like Baggio, Totti, for all these teams, they've been that
Mm.
player who's been magical. So, you have like two wingers and stuff, and then, you know, so there's normally like a twin position generally across the fields. Like you got
Mm.
two fullbacks, got two centre backs, got two wingers. You know what I'm saying? But then the 10 is the one whose touch is so immaculate that you can shoot it into him at any given position,
Mhm.
and they have a vision of the whole game. They know where the runners are off him are going to be,
Mm.
the timing, the weight of the pass, shooting. They're going to get goals, assists, all of that stuff. That's sort of gone, but there's been a resurgence with the likes of Bruno Fernandes. But even him,
Mhm.
he does it in such a weird way because he's
Mm.
energetic. Anytime he loses the ball, he gets it back ASAP.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got more
And I
energy
think
than yeah.
that's the evolution of the number 10 is that they have come from they are more defensively minded now.
Mm,
It's although they can attack, get on the ball and create, they also want the ball. They have to want and get the ball back. So for example, you have a player like Ozil,
mm,
who although he was very creative on the ball, he was something else.
mm,
But when we lost the ball, Arsenal were basically down to 9 men, 10 men. And that's no longer the case of
man,
the number 10.
yeah.
With a number 10 now is literally if they lose the ball, they go and get it back and the game gets cracking again
Mm,
because they can come in so deep and spray the ball. And they're floaters as well, the number 10 these days, because you
yeah.
can see the number 10 standing like I've seen Bruno do it, and I've even seen quite a few Kevin De Bruyne, all of them, is they don't really stay in the middle as much. They will go out to the wings and pick up the ball in the wing and come in and all these different things. Or if the wing is too congested, they'll come into the middle. They're
Yeah.
always looking for where the space is, and they're so intelligent because they're always whenever there's space, they are there and they are creating wherever the space is. Because if you always notice, the one thing about City as well and the way that they play is take it from a corner. I love every time I see Man City, I love the way that they handle corners. Is whenever they have a corner, De Bruyne is always right at the edge of the box. As soon as the ball is kicked and the Man City player heads that ball,
Mm,
he's on his bike and he's the first point of contact. Wherever he may be on that pitch, they're the one that he goes to because on the left he's got Sterling, on the right he's got Mahrez, and in front of him is either Jesus or Aguero. and then everybody else, let's say for example, Gundogan wants to get involved in the attack, he'll just run past him.
Mm.
He's the one that carries that ball up and then feeds it through for the finish or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's they've got a lot more energy and a lot more stamina than number 10s.
Yeah. Their tactics are, I wouldn't say revolutionary, because Pep has done this before. But
Mhm.
it's just I don't see any manager, whilst
Mm.
Pep's in the Prem, it's sad to say, really coming close. Like obviously you can have an off season because you need a rebuilding process, but once Pep has got his pieces in gear the way he wants, like I don't see any manager coming close. Like,
Do you know it's funny that you say that it's not revolutionary, but this weekend what I saw from City was revolutionary. They had De Bruyne playing as a number 9. On the team sheet he was a number 9.
but that's
But he was
essentially a
never the
false
number 9.
nine.
But he was a false 9. But it was crazy because, and this is why the whole situation with Holding and the header happened, is because in Holding's head, the person in the middle is De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And he can see De Bruyne is not in the box. So he thinks the ball's just going to run over him and go to Sterling. But the person that was actually acting as the number 9 was Sterling.
Yeah.
So
it's confusing. Yeah. No, he's a smart guy. He's a smart lad. And he's got the players who understand what he's trying to accomplish. So it's ideal. It's ideal. I'm a little bit jealous. But I think it'll be interesting to see where the 10 goes as well, because how it is now, as we said, is very different. There's still that spark. There is still that reliance, if you will, on the 10s to make a difference. But in terms of the characteristics of the 10, I can see 10s in the future being pacey players. Imagine wingers, traditional wingers, like the ones who have a trick in them and go past the man on the wing. Imagine they become that pivot in the middle, that number 10. As you say, they float. Yeah, but he's not pacey, but exactly someone who's tricky like that. Even like a Sancho, even the likes of a Sancho or Greenwood or some these people make play. They could or an Mbappe. Like, so I'm not saying this will happen now, but just in the future, Mbappe is technically sound. Sancho is technically sound. Like, they create play, but they're athletic as well. Like, the amount of assists that Sancho gets, it's not. He's skillful enough to be a winger, but it's bizarre the assists that he gets. It's not necessarily a cross. It's a cute through ball. It's a cute 1-2 kind of thing. And him and Haaland as a pairing, mad thing. Absolute mad thing. Like, they're killers. That combination is ridiculous. I love it if them two came to United. Like, that's nuts. And I'm really excited. I'm slightly deviating here, but just to say, I'm proper excited for the next 10 years with the likes of Mbappe, Haaland, Sancho fighting, not just Ballon d'Ors, but like titles, Champions Leagues and stuff like that. I can't wait. But
No, I agree with you. I agree with you completely. But I think it's just, going back to the topic of the number 10 and what you're saying about them being a bit more pacey. The only reason why I can't see them being pacey is because, again, when I think of the number 10 needs options.
Yeah.
Imagine your number 10 is faster than your striker. That slows him down.
Yeah, or faster than your wingers. He can do the job himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it will take a big tactical change, though. Like, look at Yaya Toure. Obviously, he wasn't necessarily number 10, but he was someone going through the middle and was pacey. Obviously, he was strong as well, so that helps. But it could be the thing, man. Like, going through the center with pace. Because I saw the Haaland goal against Sevilla in the midweek, and he literally just went straight through everyone. Maybe power is a key part of it as well. But
you have to be assertive. You have to be assertive, and I think that's the thing that you'd only get from, in a way, a winger. because I think wingers are assertive with the ball. It's like, I'm going to get through you.
Yeah.
Whereas a number
Okay.
10 is more like, I'm going to pick the pass.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
pick the perfect pass.
But that's how
And
we see it. That's what we've defined
yeah,
the role as. But I'm saying if they're in that same position as a traditional number 10, but the
Mhm.
role is different. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah,
what would
yeah.
the role of that position be in the future?
Mhm.
But
No,
yeah,
it's true.
man,
It's
all
interesting.
hypothetical. But yeah, no, thank you for
Interesting.
your input on that, man. I think we'll wrap it up on that.
Yeah,
So thank you
another
guys
week.
for watching another week of away games. Make sure to follow up us on
What we do here is go back.
Instagram, boom, 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 bam. And yeah, we'll see you again.
Of away games.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, love, and unity.
What we do here is go back.
Loud.